There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And, of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with their good friend, James Hamilton, who is on this side of the camera today.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Welcome. How are you?
Good. How are
Nice.
you?
I've been better, but I'm here.
Well,
ready to rock and roll.
I'll tell you, the allergies are in full swing.
I've been sneezing.
Holy
yeah.
Like my eyes are burning, even with the allergy stuff.
Yeah.
The eyes are burning, the nose is dripping, which isn't abnormal for me.
Yeah, I've been sneezing a lot recently.
It's and again with all this COVID madness, you're like, hey, allergies. I swear, like, you know, you go to a store and it's like anything you can do to cough or not cough or sneeze because you know.
Yeah. I ate a peanut butter like granola bar thing. Had peanuts in it the other day. And sometimes when you like eat peanuts, it just like it's stuck in your teeth or whatever.
Yes.
And then like an hour later, you choke on a peanut. So I just randomly started dying yesterday. I was like just coughing because I had this like little bit of peanut that had been lodged in my teeth or whatever that I'm now choking on an hour after I ate it. I was like, oh my God, everybody in here thinks I'm dying.
That makes me think of Christmas Vacation where the dog's, he's like, he's just hacking on a bone.
Hacking up a bone.
James just hacking on a peanut from 3 hours ago.
I was choking to death and everybody thought I had COVID probably.
Well, probably. Yeah. But, well, let's just pray that we don't.
Yeah.
So,
don't choke on a peanut.
Just hacking on a nut. Oh my God. So what the heck's going on? There's a lot coming up into this weekend. And we have the Paw Paw Festival down in Lake Snowdon.
Yeah.
Which, if you've never been, number one, it is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous venue. Lake Snowdon is it this side of Albany or past Albany? It's around the Albany area.
It's before you get to Albany.
Okay, just like this side of Albany.
I think. I don't know. I drove to Athens.
There's one red light.
Right. Well, yeah, the red light. Right after that. Red light is right. The red light is right at the high school, right?
Yeah,
Albany.
I think so.
It's right at Albany High School.
Yeah, it's just like past that. So anyway, Lake Snowdon, though, as if you haven't been to the Paw Paw Festival, it is truly, truly a local festival. Lots and lots of local artists, lots of pottery and jewelry and art and things like that for sale and on display. And, of course, Ohio's fruit, the pawpaw.
Yeah.
The ugliest little fruit you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Bless its little heart.
I wish I would have put this picture in the computer so everybody could see it. But here's like the Paw Paw Festival mascot.
Yes. He walks around.
And
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it very
there
well.
It is.
Just look it up if you don't know what it is. It looks like...
It's so cute, though. That thing attacked me one time.
It looks like a lima bean with like multicolored dreadlocks.
I was in the bathroom. Of course, they have porta potties there, right? So I come out of one of those one time, and that thing just like comes up to me and just starts following me around, and it was freaking me out. And it was cracking up because I was just like, and everyone was laughing, and I was like, get away from me. But no, whoever was in it it's probably someone I know, and I just didn't know who it was. But no, if you haven't been to the Paw Paw Fest, it is a blast. I don't know. Does it start Thursday or Friday?
So it is the 17th. That's Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some rides for the kids. They have tons and tons of food trucks. They have lots and lots of,
So,
as I said, vendors. They have,
so it says here they've got music, food, craft brews, contests, races, art, history, education, and sustainable living workshops and activities.
they definitely do that too. So they have a tent that's set up basically for workshops, and so you can learn anything about how to grow a pawpaw tree so there's a craft brewers symposium on Saturday, and I think that's at 3. So Grant, one of our brewers from the brewery, is part of that. And I think our friends from Jackie O's will be there, and some of the other local breweries.
So all these
and talk about beer and answer questions, stuff like that.
So it seems like all these southeastern Ohio craft breweries all do like a pawpaw beer. Is there something like unique about pawpaws that makes it good for that use, or are they just doing it because it's like a southeastern Ohio thing?
Okay, well, that's a really good question. I think kind of a little bit of everything, but the world's like largest pawpaw producer is in Athens, called Integrated Acres. So he produces the pawpaw pulp and delivers it to us, and that way it's just something that we have access to that nobody else has access to.
Okay.
So plus we actually brewed 2 beers for the Pawpaw Festival this year.
Okay.
So our Pawpaw Milkshake, which is always like one of the top sellers, and then we did a Pawpaw Hefeweizen, which is a lighter kind of very, very, very light Belgian beer, which actually lends itself very well to the pawpaw flavors because pawpaws by nature taste like a combination of mango and banana. I don't know if you've ever had one or not.
I have not.
They're ugly little suckers.
Yeah, I have not eaten a pawpaw before, but I have eaten a banana and I have eaten a mango.
Well, if you would mix that together in a ugly little green shell,
bean pear.
with a lot of seeds in it, that's what a pawpaw is. So, so the hefts by nature have a kind of a banana-y nature anyway. So we brewed that. The thing about pawpaw beers is they tend to be pretty high ABV by the time you get done with it. I think ours and Jackie O's are both.
Is that because they like have natural?
Yeah, so it's like just the sugar ferments out and whatever. So and you can hear all about that if you're interested. It's Pawpaw Fest on Saturday.
The Pawpaw Festival.
But so we'll have 2 beers there. And Jackie O's. There's always, I think, Weasel Boy. There's always several Ohio breweries that brew those pawpaw beers and bring them, and they go over really, really well. And then there'll be some other normal ones as well. But lots of great local entertainment. The stage is jamming the whole time. Like, so good. You just sit out on hay bales or straw bales and just chill out. And there's a big tent where you can eat under, and there's all the food trucks and everything. So it's just really a fun time. I do know just from going in the past, number one, I think they frown upon taking your dog, like pets, because I know some people ask about that. They also don't want you bringing in like backpacks and things like that because they're just really conscious about safety. And you'll see there they have like dogs, like police dogs and stuff walking around. Not that anything's ever happened, but it's so crowded. They just want to make sure that everybody's safe. So they ask that you just bring like clear bags or something like that.
It says here that they do have camping.
They
so
do.
If you're interested in that.
I think that they are all booked up.
Yeah. I'm sure it's too late now.
So, but yes, and they have, Lake Snowden they've added over the past few years this big kid play area.
Oh.
So they have all these inflatable, like, slides like in the lake, like so you can go out there and swim, and like the kids can slide down, and they have like jumpy things and whatever in the lake. So that's really neat. You can, kayak, you can do all kind of fun stuff. So
nice.
It's really a beautiful venue. If you haven't been, there's so much to check out there. And I'm going to tell you, as far as a festival goes, it's probably the most relaxing one I've ever been to, just because you don't have to worry about, there's plenty of parking. Like, it's all just in a big field surrounded by a beautiful lake. So that is this weekend. So if you've never been,
Maybe go check it
The
out.
weather's supposed to be gorgeous, so go check it out. And then this weekend, on top of that, we start setting up for the Apple Festival.
Yeah, it's gonna be here.
Can you believe it?
Next week, right?
Next week, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's exactly right. And so I was thinking about that. I'm like, my goodness, like this weekend is just chock full of everything. So, normally the city issues something, and I'm sure that they will, of when they're going to start shutting the streets down and stuff for the Apple Festival. So,
well, I haven't seen that yet, but we'll
let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
It's typically Saturday afternoon. They start slowly but surely.
Yeah.
They go like kind of one street at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So about Saturday afternoon, don't plan to drive down through downtown Jackson.
Yeah. I do have the schedule here. Maybe you want to hit a couple highlights.
Yeah, I thought that would be fun to go over the schedule for the Apple Festival today, just because, the Jaffe Committee has switched some things around. The Apple Festival had the same schedule for 100,000 years, and they have switched some things around. So thought you all might want to take note of some of those things.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, let's see, the Apple Festival opens to the public at noon on Tuesday. The first contest is your specialty, the apple peeling contest. That is at 2:00 on Tuesday, and is a cash prize.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about me either participating or winning.
All right. Well, that's sponsored by Carmen's Used Cars and Trucks.
Have you ever watched the apple peeling contest at the Apple Festival?
No, I've watched you do it last year.
So bad.
I've not watched I've not watched the pros do it.
So there's a lady by the name of Betty Tilley, and Betty wins pretty much every year. But to watch her do it is just unbelievable. And she finally got beat by a lady that was just traveling through town a few years ago. But she it's so interesting because your peel, they go off the longest peel, so it can't break. But it has to be super thin.
Or else
it's too fat. Yeah, your peel's going to be that long.
Yeah.
So she literally takes the apple and it's kind of like upside down, and she holds the knife and kind of spins the apple, and it all just falls neatly in her lap. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't know how she does it. Apparently, I don't know how she does it because I can't do it for squat. But
I don't know.
But yeah, that is a really fun contest to watch.
So, and then later in the afternoon is a contest I think that I'm not going to say that I would be good at it, but between the lip sync contest and a karaoke contest, I would definitely be better at the lip singing contest because nobody wants
to hear us sing.
To hear me sing.
We should come up with a lip sync, a total media lip sync.
Well, here's the thing why we should do that even more so. Because that contest is sponsored by Total Media.
Maybe we aren't allowed to participate then.
No. Maybe you should MC it. You and Matt McKee can MC it. That would be good.
Right.
That would be good. Matt would be good at that.
Yeah, he would.
Then moving on to Wednesday.
Isn't the opening ceremonies on
Tuesday?
So
the opening
4-ish?
Ceremony is at 4. So the flag corps, ribbon cutting, crowning of the Apple Festival Queen, and the Grand Marshal, which is Randy Heath.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get Randy up here one day.
That's what we should do, yeah.
Yeah. I talked to him on the phone a week or two ago. He's been pretty extra cautious through COVID and stuff like that.
Randy has, and he had some health issues during COVID, not with COVID, but some other stuff. So he just really had tried to just kind of stay, away and be safe.
Yeah.
But last time I talked to him on the phone, I know he'd been vaccinated and whatever. So maybe we can get him up here and
we should give him a call.
Yeah, for sure.
Today or tomorrow, sometime this week. See if we can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Then moving on to Wednesday, rides the school parade, which I think you were talking about that yesterday.
I love the school parade because Number one, it's a shorter parade, obviously, because there's not like a ton of units in it, but it's focused on the local schools and the local kids. So there's local bands in it, from our local schools. There's the floats. It's their first time to get to see all the hard work that the parents have put in for the floats. And this is why I love it too. It's the one and only time that you get to see those floats in the daylight.
Yeah.
So you almost get to see two different versions of the floats. Because the other two parades are at night and they're all lit up. So you see a completely different deal during the day. Yeah. So I just love that. I love hearing the bands, and it's just a lot of fun.
And then we will probably try to record or live stream maybe most of that parade and the main parade at least, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, so we'll try to get that stuff. So if you guys are out of town, we'll make sure to get that stuff to you, and hopefully some of these other contests too, like maybe the apple peeling contest, or maybe some highlights from the lip singing contest. So we'll definitely have some coverage of that stuff.
We'll get some stuff out to you.
Here's one that I'm kind of excited about. At 11:30 on Wednesday, the Columbus Zoo is going to be here.
So this is hilarious because I was up in Columbus the other day talking to some friends, and she said, "Hey, do you know I was over at Land Grant Brewing the other day, and there was a sloth there." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "It was so cool. It was the Columbus Zoo, and they have a sloth." And I said, "Yeah, I know." And she said, "How do you know?" And I said, "Because it comes to the Apple Festival." I was like, it hangs on a pole. It's so cool. And she's like, "Yes, I can't believe you know that." And I'm like, "Psh, me and the sloth are like this." But no, the Columbus Zoo, they come and they bring all kind of fun animals, and you get to see them pretty up close and personal. Neat stuff.
Another one, we did this last year, the Blizzard eating contest.
Oh.
That's at 2:30 on Wednesday.
We had our own Blizzard eating contest, didn't we?
We did.
Chad Niddle kicked our butts.
He was really good at it.
The funny thing is, Chad Niddle weighs, he's like this big around. Like,
yeah.
Like, you're such a guy.
Yeah, just
tall and thin and can eat.
Then 7:45 is the opening parade, followed by the Apple Festival Got Talent contest.
So that's always a big one. I mean, same as, just on TV. Lots of singing, dancing, like whatever your talent is.
What is our talent?
Come showcase it. Running our mouth.
Talking filling an hour every morning.
We're the Seinfeld of the talk show world.
I don't think they would appreciate if we went up on stage to do our talent and they're like, "All right, what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and talk for an hour."
Just show you that we can do it.
Just show you that we're capable.
It'd be like X.
Of spilling. Yeah. It would not.
The big hook would come out, and I don't know about any talents. I could put on my horse queen crown and walk through and
do some stepping.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Moving on to Thursday. Now, here is this. I said the apple peeling contest was your specialty, but honestly, this was your specialty. The baby stroller race.
They won't let me enter that one either anymore.
Not after last year, no.
I think I tried to kill that baby.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to snap up its onesie and I got disqualified.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not your strong suit.
Listen, I swear, I have never put a diaper on a baby in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had any reason to, never done it, so I had no idea how to do it.
So, following the baby stroller race...
So we'll let those that are much better than I am participate.
...is the baby crawling contest.
Now, that is adorable.
Yeah, I think you could probably take them.
No, I'm the galloper, not the crawler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see a galloping contest anywhere on this schedule.
There isn't. We just made that one up. I think there should be a galloping contest.
Obviously. It was so much fun.
That's my talent.
Why is that? That was supposed to be on the schedule this year.
Someone call Chris and tell him we need to add that to the...
We told him last year. We were like, here, have this idea for free.
It's a galloping contest.
Yeah.
You just gallop up and down the street.
Then 8 o'clock on Thursday, Jimmy Buffett tribute band,
Yes.
the Parrots of the Caribbean.
I'm sorry, but I have to go see that.
I hope that we're able to get a hold of them and maybe get
Yes.
someone from there
The
to come and
Parrots
do
of the Caribbean.
the Parrots of the Caribbean.
It's so good. Oh, man.
Friday, kicking off the day on Friday with the apple pie and apple butter judging contest.
I was a judge of that for many, many years. I've gotten since fired somehow.
Yeah,
But
I don't think I would be good at that.
it's unique
Mm-hmm.
because some of the pies you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, what
you put ham and cheese in your apple pie. Okay.
do I
Awesome.
do I taste the hint of salt and pepper in this apple pie?
Some of them you're like, wow. Okay.
So here's an exciting one. 8 o'clock on Friday, on the General Mills stage, the Mothman is going to be there.
I think that's a singing group.
It is?
It's a band.
Oh.
Mothman.
Well, I'm excited about that.
They're a band.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Then at 9 o'clock on Friday is Phil Vesser. That's the Nashville artist that's the featured entertainment that night. So that'll be good. Moving on to Saturday, we got Pretty Baby contest. We got the Little Queens contest. We got bluegrass music. We got the Wild Hog contest. That's the piggy banks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The hog wild.
The Little Queen crowning, the Rollerblade, and Roller-Roo.
Roller-Roo is, if you don't know, the mascot for the Cavalier Roller Rink.
Okay.
And he literally roller skates and spins and does all kind of fun stuff through all the parades and everything.
Okay.
Very talented.
Wow.
Roller-Roo
I was not aware
has
of
got
this.
it going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rockin' Reggie, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does all kinds of cool stuff. The Red Brush Band, they play at a lot of fairs and festivals.
Oh, yeah.
Things
Super
like that.
talented guys.
The Dynamic Mention Drum Corps.
So they've been in the Apple Festival Parade for many, many, many years, and they always do a performance right before the parade starts at the grandstand or at the main stage. And I mean, they just drum their little hearts out, man. Yeah. So if you are into percussion, it's your jam.
The thing to go to.
They are so good.
I'm guessing this is a band. This is a great name. Brian Jarvis and the Hard Cider Hillbillies.
I would have to think so.
That's a good name. And then 7:45 grand finale parade.
Yep.
Followed by the announcement of the parade winners and presentation of trophies and awards.
Mm-hmm. And then the festival closes and that will be next Saturday. So we start on Tuesday, go all the way through Saturday.
Yep. All the way to 11 o'clock on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's just some of the highlights. I mean, there's tons of stuff every day. It's too much to...
And that's the thing. The food booths are open typically around noon every day, all day long. And just think about the fact that the Apple Festival is a giant fundraiser for many, many organizations, whether it be local band boosters or churches or organizations, whatever it may be. There's all these local booths up and down the strip. So please take some time to go by and visit with them and find out what it is. A lot of times they're selling raffle tickets or buy from local folks. And that's how a lot of them raise money for what they do for the whole year.
Speaking of Apple things.
Yes.
And the exact opposite of buying from local folks.
Yes.
Today is Apple's big virtual event.
It is.
Presumably the new iPhones will be unveiled.
That's right. As they came out last night and this morning and announced that they have a ginormous security breach.
Uh-oh.
And that you need to... I forgot my phone in my car. And I looked, my update's ready. They threw out an update. I guess that there's this group in some other country, Bavaria or somewhere, that says that they They don't even need they can just access your phone without you clicking on anything, whatever, and take it over. So Apple did release that update. Didn't mean to interrupt. Just thought that was totally ironic.
I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard that news.
Yes. Oh, and they also announced to not strap your iPhone to your motorcycle because it messes with the autofocus and stuff and will like crash it.
Crash the phone or crash the motorcycle?
Not your motorcycle, your phone. Like it will make your lenses and stuff because it's trying to autofocus the whole time. Because it's vibrating on like a lot of people.
So people are using their phone as like a dash camera on their...
Kind of like that, or a GPS, or, same as you do in your car, but they're just saying on your motorcycle, don't strap it down because the vibration of the motorcycle is messing with the phones.
Interesting.
So I'm full of it today. But back to the Apple event.
I was just going to say, this, if you want to spend a lot of money on...
Hey, I bought a new phone last year, and
Yeah.
Jamie and I both, and it...
Yeah.
Man.
But, hey,
Listen, the good news is...
If that's what you're into, it's exciting.
The good news is... No, see, I had my last phone for 6 years. I'm like Apple's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
They hate me.
Yeah. Like, you're supposed to... you're supposed to buy things from us more frequently.
Yes, like, we don't like you. Oh, you're the reason why we're going to make these things junkier. So that they don't last that long. No, I just happen to have a good phone because the fact that it lasted for 6 years is insane.
Well, it just kind of depends on what's important to you. You know what I mean? Like, if all you're doing is texting and making calls and surfing the web, then it's going to last you 6 years.
Right.
But if you want the, improved...
The latest and greatest camera and all that. So I did upgrade next year, so I will not be upgrading this year. But the good thing that they have done with these phones now is, it used to be you had to go and you had to fork out way back then, several $100s for your phone. Now it's, $1,200 for a phone. So they just put it on a payment plan and it just becomes part of your monthly payment like everything else. So they got smart on that in that regard. So insurance, do you buy the insurance? Do you not buy the insurance?
I really don't. Like when I was in college, I had some issues with my MacBook that I had in college, and it had to send it off to be repaired.
Yeah.
Once, but aside from that, I've really never had any issues with Apple products at all. So I, save the money on the insurance, and if you have to pay to have something replaced, just pay it then.
Yeah.
Like on my computer now, it could use a new battery. That's going to be about $200 to replace that battery. And if I had, the Apple Care, like they would replace that.
Right. But how much would that have cost you?
It would have been like $25 or $30 a month, something like that. And it would have only been good for 2 years. And it probably would have been expired by now anyway.
Right. So, it's just a thing. Listen, it depends on how responsible you are. I know people that literally every time they go somewhere, they lose their phone. Mm-hmm. So those are the people that should buy insurance.
They do have, I don't know, they call it I think it's called Apple Care Plus or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it includes self-inflicted damage, but it also includes theft. So if you're the kind of person that maybe leaves your phone on the bus or something like that.
You went to a concert and magically set it on the bathroom sink or something.
So if you are notorious for doing things like that.
There are those people out there for sure. I know them. Yeah. Buy the insurance.
Yeah.
So, but no, are they announcing any
Well, they keep it very close to their chest.
Any rumors?
Yeah, well, the little notch on the front where the camera is, the little black bit that swoops down over the screen. So people are anticipating that will be gone or considerably smaller.
Okay.
But the big thing that'll be controversial if they end up doing this is eliminating a charging port altogether and making it completely wireless charging.
Oh.
So for the average person, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you're somebody that uses it, with your phone with accessories. Like, say you take a lot of videos with your phone, you plug a microphone into it or something like that, or
right.
Yeah,
because we have that mic here that you can
right.
just plug into your iPhone, and
so
it's really good.
So it would make a whole generation of peripherals obsolete. Right. But of course, Apple did that not that long ago when they changed.
From like the headphone kind of port.
Right. They did away with the headphone jack, but they also changed their charging port not that long ago. Yeah.
So if that's the case, does everything have to run off Bluetooth? So if you want to,
you have to have Bluetooth headphones.
Have a mic. Yeah. Anything like that would have to be Bluetooth activated.
Right. Or over Wi-Fi, I guess. But probably Bluetooth.
Super weird.
Yeah. But,
good for the manufacturers of things like that.
Yeah. I mean, the sort of joke when Apple eliminated the headphone jack was that they came out with their own Bluetooth headphones like 6 months later or whatever.
Like, hello.
Right. Oh, well, that's a coincidence.
Shocker.
Yeah. But, I mean, that being said, like, once you move to Bluetooth headphones, like, you really don't ever want to have to wear wired headphones again because you realize how obnoxious it is.
It is. So, you're walking down. So, like, it's so funny because Jamie and I, like, have workout equipment kind of side by side, and he has an old iPad. So he, like, literally plugs in the, his iPhone. And you look over and he's like, you're running and you smack it. And I'm like, oh, that would be a lot easier if you had the wireless.
I used to run and I had one of those things that you strap to your arm.
Right.
And then that cable's dangling everywhere.
It's smacking you upside the head and everything else.
Falls out of your ear and now it's just even worse.
Now they fall out of your ear and you lose them. So
well,
that is a occupational hazard as well.
I personally don't have issues with them falling out of my ear, but everybody's ears are different.
I feel like with those, like if you are a runner or something like that, they make the ones that kind of have like little straps that go around your ears so that you'd be more safe that way. But so where were we? Oh, I know. We were up in Columbus a couple weekends ago. It was over Labor Day. And we were walking down the street, and I just said to Jamie, I said, if it had been like 3 years ago and you would have walked up and down the street and all these people were literally passing you, talking to themselves, you would have thought they had all lost their minds. And we're just a generation now of just go people watch, and all you see are people walking up and down the street or in a mall or whatever, and they're talking to themselves. And they're not talking to themselves, they're talking to someone.
Yeah.
But it's so weird.
Yeah. I remember, sort of laughing at, rewind 10, 12 years, whatever, when the Bluetooth headsets first became a thing, and everybody would walk around with these big things, looking like a telemarketer, right? And you sort of made fun of them. But then, like wireless earbuds.
That's what everybody's doing anyway.
Right. And that's basically the same thing. Like, it's refined. It looks nicer. It works better, sounds better. It's more versatile.
But I think that's
basically the same thing.
That's kind of the point, though, is, if you saw someone with that thing, you're like, okay, they're talking on the phone.
Right.
Now you see people and they're just talking, and you're like, I don't know if they're talking to themselves or talking to me or talking to, I don't know, because everything's so small now, but it is a hoot. And then there's this whole thing of etiquette when it comes to that. And I guess what I mean by that is, if you're in a restaurant, if you probably can't hear yourself talk because most of those things are noise canceling, but like you're talking out loud, like it's rude.
Yeah.
It's pretty rude to have a conversation that everyone in the place can hear.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad. Like if you're wearing headphones or have the phone up to your ear, but if you've got your phone on speakerphone,
which is what a lot of people are doing, and I'm
that's when it starts to become rude.
There was one day it just kept happening, like everywhere we went. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is going on right now? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to hear your conversation.
I don't know. It depends on how. No.
I mean, unless it's super juicy. If it's a super juicy, good conversation, go for it. But
So while we're talking about tech,
Yes.
you and I, yesterday afternoon, we saw a Tesla,
Yes.
and we were kind of chatting about that a little bit.
We were.
And I asked you if you had seen the newest Tesla.
Yeah.
And so I've got a picture of it here. So
There it
this is the Tesla Model S Plaid.
Wait,
and-
plaid?
Yeah, plaid.
It's
I
not
don't-
plaid.
It's not plaid.
Why
They
is
do
it
not
called
make.
that?
Yeah, they do not make a plaid version of this. I don't know why it's
It'd
called.
be a lot
that.
cooler if they did.
Yeah. But so this looks like a pretty standard sedan, right?
Sure.
Like it doesn't look that different than like a Chevy Malibu or something like that.
Right. Like I feel that kind of like all cars are starting to look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this if you were to just look at this car from the outside, not knowing like anything about Tesla,
Yeah.
or even if you did know about Tesla, you'd be like,
Oh, it's just a Tesla.
yeah, it's just a Tesla. Here, let me show you a picture of the inside. So the inside's a little funky. Can you see that it's just that one big like screen in the middle there?
Yeah.
There's
I mean, I
not
have
really any
TVs in my
buttons.
house that are smaller than that. But
Yeah. So the inside's pretty funky, but
That is.
the outside is pretty unassuming.
pretty standard. Yeah.
And the reason that it's interesting is because that is the fastest accelerating production car in the world.
Shut up.
That car-
An electric car.
That car can go 0 to 60 in 1.98 seconds.
That's weird.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
So that is a car that can hold a bicycle. That is a car that is made for like running to the grocery store.
yeah.
That is a car that's, made to be a daily commuting car.
But it's that fast.
But it goes 0 to 60 in 1.98 seconds. So
I guess they think you need to get to the Kroger store
Yeah.
real fast.
So that car starts at about $100,000, which is an expensive car.
Yeah.
But let's compare it to a couple other things.
Okay.
So this is a Lamborghini Roadster.
Okay.
It goes, so this is like a supercar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this car costs, well, do you want to know the cost or how fast it goes 0 to 60 first?
Cost.
So the Tesla costs $100,000.
Yes.
This costs $2.6 million and goes 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds.
Oh, wow. A whole second difference.
Almost a whole second slower. This is a Porsche 918 Spyder. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds and costs just under $900,000.
Good Lord.
Can you put a bicycle in that car?
No.
Can you go to the grocery store in that car?
I mean, you could,
Well,
but
you
who
could.
wants to?
Right. I mean, would you drive that car to like work every day? I mean, if you were a professional basketball player, sure.
Maybe, yeah.
But if you like a regular person's not going to drive that to work
No.
every day. This is a Bugatti Chiron. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds and costs $4 million.
Who is buying this thing? Is what I want to know.
And so here's the craziest one. So we had Jake Callahan in here a while back.
Yes.
He was in a pit crew for the winning Indy 500. So this is the Indy car that won the Indy 500.
Yes.
It goes 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds. So just barely faster
My
the-
Tesla can kick
then the
your
car-
Indy cars
than the
butt.
car that has space for a bicycle and hooks for your groceries in the back. And Indy cars, they're obviously custom built.
And meant for speed
Right.
and quick.
And so that's anywhere from like $2 to $7 million.
Good grief.
Isn't that insane?
That is insane. I will give Tesla credit for that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, so it's all relative. So
Yeah.
$1 million or $100,000 doesn't seem all that bad.
Right. That's nuts. And it's a car that like anybody could drive. Like if you and me got in that Indy car, we wouldn't know how to drive it,
No.
right?
Right.
Or even those like Lamborghinis and stuff like that. Like you would have to learn how to drive that.
Sure.
The Tesla, you could just jump in there. I mean, it's got a bit of a learning curve, but it's basically just drives like a regular car.
Wow. Are you going to buy one?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, maybe in like 5 years or something like that, when there's a used market and all that.
When
you know,
it's
that
used
difference.
and it's, down to a measly $30,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Tesla. They need to build a like $30,000 to $40,000 car that's more available to the average person, and then develop a used market.
You're right, and I think that this, for all of those people out there that are eliminate fossil fuels and all of that, that's all well and good, and probably yes, does that need to happen to some degree? Yes, but until someone's building that $20,000 to $30,000 car, it's nobody can afford a $100,000 Tesla.
Well,
which
I mean, some
I know
people
they
can,
are,
but like
well,
the average person can.
Yeah, like I'm not affording that.
Right. Right.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's really cool though.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And like, so I would encourage anyone that's like not familiar with this, go on YouTube and watch videos of people like flooring this thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of them where people will like have their friend like get in it for the first time. They don't understand. They don't realize what.
It's like, how does it go
is.
that fast,
Right.
that quick?
And they'll just be like stopped at a stoplight, and the guy will be like in the passenger seat playing on his phone or whatever, and the dude will floor it, and he'll just be like that. And people would just like freak out. They're like, "Why is this so fast?"
It's like that roller coaster at Kings Island that like starts,
That's what people just, they say it feels like being on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would just, I don't know how that wouldn't like physically mess with you.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to every stop sign go from 0 to 60 in 1 second.
I mean, if you have that car, you might not get it up to 60.
It would be pretty fun trying.
But you're going to be flooring that every
0 to 25. And
yeah, you're going to be putting the pedal to the floor as often as possible.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Although you wonder, like, because it is an electric car, right? You wonder how that affects the charge on it.
Well, yeah, it would definitely run the battery down faster.
Sure.
Yeah. That particular one, if I've got a little bit of information here, it's not full, but it has 1,020 horsepower, and I believe it has 3 electric engines in it. It's what makes it able to do that.
Man.
Yeah.
See, and then you wonder, because it obviously has to be fairly light.
They're actually really heavy.
Are they?
Yeah, Teslas are actually really heavy.
Because then you start wondering about like safety. Like, are you giving up safety to be able to get the speed or?
Yeah, I mean, overall, sort of like build quality is kind of the Achilles heel for Tesla. Like they just like their manufacturing is just not on par with like Ford and Chevrolet and those more established auto builders. Yeah,
it's up and coming. 10 years from now, we're going to be like, do you remember when we were sitting there talking about Teslas and how we can't afford one? And everybody's going to be driving them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it'll be interesting. Like, will Tesla become like as common as Ford and Chevrolet?
That's a fair question.
Will Ford and Chevrolet and Honda and Toyota and all these, will they go all in the electric market to the point that it pushes Tesla out? Like, will Tesla remain being like cool like it is now? Or will,
they just get better.
Right. Or will like Toyota start making an electric car that costs, $35,000 or whatever, that's like more affordable for the average person.
Right. Or
with the production quality
that they're used to. Or is Tesla the Apple of, the car world where they just continue on and they're the electric car world.
Right. Well, I mean, it hasn't been released yet, but have you seen the electric Ford F-150?
No.
It's insane.
I'll bet that's not cheap.
No. It's not. But it's really insane.
Is it really cool looking?
Yeah, it's really crazy. Like,
that's awesome.
You can use it as a generator. If your electricity goes out, you can plug your electric truck, and Teslas can do this too, but they're not as big as this, obviously. But you can power like your whole house from the truck. It's insane.
That is insane.
And they're making an all-electric Hummer too, which is going to be just as insane. And this insane technology that's in these $100,000+ vehicles, it will trickle down to their more moderate vehicles too.
That's crazy.
But yeah, the electric Ford F-150 is really crazy. If you haven't looked at that yet, you should. It's crazy.
I'll Google it.
You should. It's crazy.
I'll do the old Google.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Let's see. We didn't go over the weather. Do you want to go over the weather?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because we do have a lot of things going up this weekend, and with the Pawpaw Fest, the beginning of the Apple Festival set up. For today, mostly sunny, highs around 85 degrees. For tonight, partly cloudy, some rain showers likely, with lows around 67. Tomorrow on Wednesday, that rain does creep back into the forecast, but we could probably use it at this point. Some thunderstorms in the forecast tomorrow. Highs, though, around 79 degrees. Then on Thursday, partly cloudy, highs around 82. And then looking on through the weekend, looks like some sunshine and, mid 80s. So not too bad for this time of the year.
Not bad at all.
I don't know what the the normal high or low is for this time of the year.
I mean, I feel like it's warmer than it used to be.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Were we supposed to go over
well,
that? Or?
I thought this would give you your opportunity to remind people that COVID's not over today.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So this is the letter that the heads of all the regional hospitals put out.
And this is in the Telegram, right?
Yeah, it's
online.
It's everywhere.
Yes.
It's on the Telegram website, but it's all over the place online.
Yeah. So all of these people, there are, this letter is signed by, all these people agree that COVID's not over, by the way. Jeff Graham, President CEO of Adena Health System. John R. Jack Janoso Jr., President and CEO of Fairfield Medical Center. Stacey Gabriel, President, CEO of Hocking Valley Community Hospital. Michael Canaday, of course, our friend from Holzer. Dana Engel, CEO, Madison Health. J. Scott Cantley, President and CEO of Memorial Health System. Tim Colburn, President of Ohio Health Berger Hospital. Leanne Helber, President of Ohio Health Oblenis Hospital in Athens. And then Ben Gill, President and CEO of Southern Ohio Medical Center. All of these people have signed this letter. So all of these hospital CEOs and staff and administrators and all of this have signed this letter. Should we read the letter? Or do you want to?
You can read a little bit of it.
Yeah.
As much as you want.
So you can find this online, but they're just begging you to take this seriously. It just starts by your community needs your help. For the first time, the local health systems across our local counties are coming together to ask for your help. And as Pete pointed out yesterday or Monday, these people are competitors, right? Mm-hmm. So they've actually all gotten together and written this letter begging for your help. With the latest surge in COVID-19 cases, our hospitals, emergency departments, and urgent cares are hitting record numbers, as we reported. Many of the patients requiring hospitalization are experiencing higher degrees of illness than we have seen in the past, which is taking its toll on the hospitals. We are concerned with what the coming weeks will bring. We want to continue to provide the care our patients need and when and where they need it. What we're experiencing is very real. It isn't a political issue. This is a medical issue. When we look at our patient data, a vast majority of hospitalized COVID patients have not received the COVID vaccine. And they go on to say COVID does not discriminate against ages, sexes, ethnicities. You're just as susceptible as anybody else, and they're just begging you to get your vaccine.
Yep.
And to mask up. And to get all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 different hospital CEOs got together and wrote this letter.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Yeah.
They're not messing around. So if you'd like to read this entire letter, please do. I think you should take it seriously. As our doctor from Holzer said last Friday, they're filling up. And there are still people that have normal everyday medical conditions.
I talked to someone that works at SOMC recently, and they said that their ICU is completely full. And I spoke with somebody that worked at it's one of the big hospitals in Huntington. I forget now.
Yeah.
And they
same thing. So what if you have a heart attack? What if you have complications from diabetes? Mm-hmm. What if you're in a car wreck? What if, all of these other things that people have wrong with them and there's nowhere for them to go? So we need to just think about that. Think about others. Maybe we're not telling you what to do.
Yeah.
But
another thing is, you've probably seen this statistic through this, is a normal ICU patient, one nurse can kind of work, keep an eye on, or whatever you want to say, 10 patients.
Sure.
But with COVID patients, they can only really work with a couple, because there's just so much more.
So much care.
This is so much more that they're having to do. So that's stretching the staff super thin too, in addition to physically filling up space.
Right. So just, think about our medical workers and others out there that may need that bed for something just normal everyday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really scary if you think about it, to not have a place to take someone that is injured or is having a heart attack or something life-threatening at that moment.
Yeah.
So.
One other piece of news here I think is worth putting out there.
Sure.
Mary Ann Hale has been hired as the intern superintendent for Wellston City Schools. A longtime administrator in the Vinton County School District, Mary Ann Hale, has been approved as intern superintendent for Wellston City Schools effective October 13th for the remainder of the 2021-22 school year.
Okay.
Hale will be replacing Karen Bach, who is set to retire effective October 29th. As for the long term, during the same Monday night school board meeting where the members voted to approve Hale's appointment, they also approved a service agreement with the Ohio School Boards Association for the purpose of providing a superintendent search.
Okay, so this is an interim superintendent.
Yep, for the rest of this school year. Yep.
Which may or may not go on to a full-time position, or they will search for somebody to take on that position.
Yeah. They will definitely be searching for somebody. Whether or not Mary Ann Hale is being considered for full-time or not, it doesn't say.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Did you, there's so many different, sporting events going on right now. And I happened to see the video of this. Did you see that? Number one, why is there a cat?
How did it get there?
How did this cat get there? So if you don't know what we're talking about, at the University of Miami football game over the weekend, this cat somehow gets in the stadium, and it falls. Oh, imagine this!
Hanging from a wire,
way up in the stands,
way up high, hanging off of the little balcony area.
Yeah, and this thing is hanging. So think about stands, how the these stadiums are set up with concrete and whatever, and this cat falls over, and it's hanging there. By its little paws.
It is so hard to watch.
It's very hard to watch.
So upsetting.
And the entire stadium is freaking
they're all
out. Because this cat is just hanging, and it's it's going to fall.
Right.
And it was way up.
Freaking out.
And the cat is so scared.
Yeah.
And again, how it got there, I cannot tell you. So it happened in the second quarter of the school's game against Appalachian State. The crowd's attention was captured by this cat dangling from the upper deck. It was way up there. So fans were, and you can see in the video, so look it up, fans were trying to reach it, but it was like down
Yeah, there
so
was
far
no way you could have reached
they
it.
couldn't get to it, and the fans below couldn't get to it. So everyone's freaking out watching this cat dangling, thinking, oh my God, it's going to fall to its death in front of however many people are in this stadium.
Right.
And by luck, this couple who takes an American flag to every like sporting event that this is the reason why you shouldn't bash the flag. Take this American flag to the sporting events, happen to be in the stands below this cat, and they spread this flag out.
Yeah.
And when the cat dropped, it dropped into the flag, and they grabbed it.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
dude.
It was it's a terrifying video to watch,
Yeah.
and just knowing that little kitty cat had to
Can
be
you
so scared.
imagine if nobody was there to catch that poor thing and it landed on that concrete?
It would have been.
Oh my God.
I mean,
But
I don't
then-
know. Cats are pretty resilient,
That's
but
true. It
that
was
would have
really
been-
far fall.
it was high.
Yeah.
It was very high.
And then after all that, some drunk idiot picked it up and held it up like the Lion King.
They did. But you know what? The cat just didn't even seem to mind. Like,
Dude, it was probably like too scared to move at that point.
you're
I
correct.
can't believe it didn't claw the guy that picked it up.
I know. I kept waiting for the cat to just
Yeah.
like lose its mind and run off,
Yeah.
but it kind of never did. I wonder what they never said when I saw the video was what happened to the cat, but they say it was escorted out of the stadium by security. So,
I mean, you see videos of like cats getting loose on baseball fields and stuff like that.
right, run across
relatively
the football
often.
field or whatever.
But this was a whole another level.
How did it get up there? How did it get over the edge of that big concrete, stands? It was really scary.
Yep.
Really scary. And then in notes of the good and bizarre,
Okay.
the Illinois State Fair is going on right now, just to let you know if y'all want to go. And so police, though, at at the Illinois State Fair found a set of false teeth.
Yeah. Someone got in a
Just-
fight, knocked his false teeth out.
I don't know. They just found a set of false teeth in the conservation world area of the fair. Just rando false teeth, laying there. They posted it on Facebook, and believe it or not, the owner showed up to claim
How do you
the
prove
false
that
teeth.
they're yours? You just pop them in,
I-
see they fit?
Yep, I just sucked right up in there, I guess. I don't know. They made a statement. The owner has been in contact with the lost and found and should be reunited with their previously misplaced pearly whites very soon. Thank you to all that made this reunion a reality.
I've got nothing to say to that.
There you go. It's a happy day.
Yeah.
It's a happy day.
Yep.
All right. Well, we probably ought to get out of here
Yeah.
on that note for the day.
I'll go over here and push a button.
Yeah, for sure. And just so you know, and I have this story, and I thought it would be something fun to talk about sometime this week. The Price is Right is going on. How many seasons do you think, James?
I mean, it's been on since the 70s, hasn't it?
It's been on a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's had 50 seasons.
Yep, 50th season it's going into. So there you go.
Have you watched that documentary about the guy that they accused of cheating on
No.
The Price is Right? It's really interesting. Basically, this guy is just such a fan, and he memorized all the prices and stuff.
Oh,
And so you know how people in the audience shout out what they think the answer is?
Yeah.
Well, this guy knew the answer. He was shouting out the right answer. And eventually one of the contestants kind of caught on and realized that this guy was right. And he swept through the thing. And they were convinced that these two people that had never met each other before had to have been cheating somehow.
yeah, they were like,
But he was just that obsessed with The Price is Right. He just knew. Because they don't anymore after this happened. But they
right,
used to it was always the same prizes.
do
They
stuff all the time,
yeah,
same
they
things
just-
all the time.
Yeah, so he just knew how much everything was.
Yeah, it's a show about how much of a can of cream corn is. So there you go. If you know that, then you can be a Price is Right contestant. Yeah, it's definitely had a tumultuous history with the spokesmodels and all of that. That's been quite entertaining to watch over the years. Barker's Beauties, like really?
I haven't watched it recently, but the last time I did watch it, they had like buff dudes.
They now
in addition to the girls in bikinis and stuff.
They added them back in 2012.
Yeah.
Men, just to try to not be quite so, disgusting.
When you watch the Drew Carey episodes, like obviously you can tell it's a new one. But when you watch the Bob Barker ones, you literally couldn't tell if it was from like 2000 or 1975.
You're right. It never changed. Yeah, and Drew Carey has been doing the show since... When was that? It said in here somewhere.
I'd say it was probably around 2010, maybe.
It's longer than what you think, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But we'll tell you more about it. It's kind of interesting to read the article and all the stuff. So, all right. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think our good friend Phil Buffington might be here tomorrow.
Phil will be here tomorrow.
Talk about some news
so
and whatnot.
The commissioners' meeting is happening right now, so he'll fill us in on what happened at that meeting. And,
Phil will fill us in.
Yeah. He'll probably talk about that Wellston School Board meeting some too.
That's true. So he'll have all the skinny. So tune in tomorrow and we'll be here with some great news for you. All right. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you right back here then. Thanks for watching.